Hey, what's up guys? Good morning to you. In the reloading room today, and I have a couple of things I'd like to talk about. It was a couple of upgrades. One is a new press that I've bought for the bench. It's the Forster Co-Ax press. I have a new lighting kit with it, all of which I'm going to show you in a second. And also a little upgrade that I've done to one of my dies for the 6.5 by 47. So let me get the camera set up so you can sort of see what I'm talking about. You don't really need to see me, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so first off, this is the Forster press, and it comes with the long handle. This was a short handle optional extra. I'm not doing an actual review of the press. I'm just going to show you some of the equipment and some features that I really like about the press. Okay, so this is the short handle. Keep everything sort of like a bit more compact, but I think they do recommend you have a short handle if you are sitting at a bench, so that you're not kind of like stretching your hand all the way up here to pull the lever down. This is just a lot easier. So if you were to be standing at your bench, then obviously you kind of like want that extra height, that leverage with the longer handle. But for me, this works perfect for sitting down at the bench. Okay. Now, I'm just going to angle this down so that you can see. Now, I have two lights on at the moment. I have this back light that you can see. It's kind of like a shelving light that's just underneath that piece of shelving there, pelmet lighting, whatever you want to call it. And then above us, there's a double tube fluorescent light system. Now, there's plenty of light all around on the bench, which is fine, but as you can see, the press itself is kind of like in darkness. Now, depending on what you say, I mean, obviously this is a garage. This is my reloading spot that I have in my garage, and if you want to fork out for much better lighting, then by all means do that. Now, this lighting system I'm about to show you now was shown and reviewed on Gavin Tube's channel. Gavin did a really great review of it, and so when I saw it, I thought, I really like the light, really like that simple little light system that could be a benefit to my press. So I ordered it, and I've set it up, and I bought various kind of like leads. There's various options that you can have for it. Now, the lighting system is from a company called KMS in the United States, and they sell various light kits for certain presses. Now, let me just turn this on, and I'm going to show you the difference of this dark area that you see here now. Now, whether that's, I don't know if that's kind of funky, because I'm getting like a little bit of light waving on the what I can see here on the screen, so I'm hoping that's not going to show up in the video, but if it does, just bear with it. But as you can see now, it lights up that whole area. So when you're kind of like sliding your dies in and out, you can sort of, it's not hindering, it's not causing any more shadow or anything like that, because it was already, like I say, dark. As you can sort of see how dark it was. So when you are putting a something like a case in there, it's just going to light everything up, and you should be able to sort of see inside there as well. So I'm going to show you what that looks like without it. You see, it's quite a difference really. So it is really nice to have that. The other thing is sliding your dies in and out, being able to have them in and out. It's just fantastic. You can just swap from one die to another, which is brilliant. Love it. Now, I'm not going to do a review of this press in any depth or anything, because there are a lot of reviews for this press, and this press is not even new. It's been out for quite some time, and I get that. Today all I wanted to show you is just what I've ordered, and a couple of additional things like this light system, and oh sorry, just one other thing, which is this light system, which I really do like. And now the options when you go on the web, if you were to go on the website, you can have the switch here, on and off switch. They do underneath here, which you can't sort of see, but there's a, let me see if I can just show you that. There's a pressure switch here, so on the other side of that, I know you can't sort of see it anyway, but you can have controls on that, so you can dim the lights down or brighten it up, whichever you want. That works really, really well. But I set it to the setting I wanted to, and all these little extras are all, they click into each other, and so that you can kind of customise it to how you want. Now the lead runs underneath the table. I've got it kind of just like pinned up and stuff, and it just comes out the back of the table, and you know, into a socket there, so that you've got your permanent feed, and then you can just use that socket as and when, sort of take it out, whatever you're doing, and then just put it back in for when you're doing some press work. But absolutely love this little lighting kit. Thanks to Gavin, who reviewed it on his channel, Gavin Tube. I thought, oh, that is just the piece of kit that I want for this press, and I thought it was just going to be a really good addition. So well chuffed with that. Like I said, a lot of you have seen this press before. You know that there's the collector tube that you have your spent primers in and everything. Love the free float of the shell holder. As you can sort of see, that this moves sort of side to side and a bit sort of backwards and forwards, so you've got that movement. I'm just zoom in a little bit more on that. And like I said, you've got this movement within the plate, which helps line things up. So you can just put that in anywhere, it doesn't really sort of matter if it's dead centre, as you'll see. If I can zoom in a little bit more. It just moves the case into position. So I'll try and set it over to that one side so you can sort of see that there's a gap here, and you'll see the case move into the centre, and then guides it way up to go into the die body. But absolutely love it. Just show you that. I'll move that around slightly. I'm not going to go all the way up, obviously, because I've got the bushing and everything, so I'm not going to resize that just yet. See? And that just goes up perfectly. Alright, so that's pretty much the press. It was basically to show you that I bought a new press. I'm
really happy with this press. I love the build quality, I think it's great. Love the fact that you have these guide rods at the back rather than in the centre, so they're out of the way. I mean, it's a good weighted press, I mean, cast iron and everything else, but what's nice about it is that when you put it on the bench, you've got this weight that's back here. It's not like wants to fall forward, which is quite nice. It's almost like a counterbalance, which is great. But the way it runs up so straight, I just think it's fantastic. Which, again, I'm going to show you this other little thing that I want to talk to you about. But that's basically the press. If you want to see in-depth reviews of the actual press itself, then there's plenty of reviews for this press. Like I said, it's been out quite a few years, so you know, feel free to get a better understanding. That's if you're interested in, you know, this sort of thing anyway. So let me just move the camera and let me show you what I've done with this other little piece of equipment, and we'll go from there. So just bear with me 1 second. And here is the camera position just underneath the actual lighting strip, so that you can actually sort of see the strip of LEDs there. And if I just turn it on, you can sort of see it's a nice bright white light. Just brilliant. Just a great little addition to a press like this. Like I said, this is slightly turned down with the power setting. I haven't got it on the brightest. On this setting, it's absolutely, you know, great. I don't need it to be any brighter than that anyway. But there is another level of brightness higher up if you want to have it even brighter than that. So, but that is more than adequate for what I need. Okay. Okay, and now this is a 6.5 by 47 die from Whidden. This is their Whidden die, and I think it's, you know, it's a nice looking die. Seems to be very well made. This particular ring, as you see here, this came actually with the Forster press, and I decided to use their rings because it's an aluminium ring, and they actually do recommend you use their rings, but I'm sure you'd be fine even with the steel ones. But I think they do recommend you use these, as they're probably not wearing away the parts of the press. So I want to show you what's inside here. Okay, so this is a full size, full length resizing die, bushing die. Now, this is an expander ball from Whidden, and this one has been sort of, I've honed it down a little bit. I kind of polished it because it was just a tad on the rough side. I didn't really like kind of some of the lines that that were on there. Hopefully you can kind of like see it. Now, this particular expander ball is, I believe it was the 0.262 expander. Like I said, all I've done is just kind of like smoothed it out, made it look nice and shiny. And what that is going to do for me, I have a resized case here. Now, normally you could either not use an expander, so you just use the normal rim. You would normally just use the normal pin retainer, and then your case would go up, and then you would resize, and then you're not affecting any dimensions inside the neck. So you have your bushing, and you have it to the size that that you want. So then you have your bushing, case goes in, squeezes back down the neck to the size that you want, and now to get that measurement, obviously, you know, there's various ways of getting the inside measurement, but basically, this being a 6.5, you know, the bullet diameter is going to be a 0.264. So you're going to want, for most people, 1.5 thou of neck tension is usually what people go for. Some people might go for the 2 thou, maybe 3 thou, and then you have bench press people that maybe are using like 1/2 thou. I don't personally feel comfortable in using 1/2 thou of neck tension. Between sort of 1 and 1.5, I think I'm quite comfortable with that. But anyway, so you have your bushing, and then that sets the squeezes down the outside diameter, and then you have your inside diameter, which then is to hold your bullet, and then you have to determine how much neck tension you've got in there. So that's why inside neck mandrels have been brought out, so that you can accurately set the neck tension. Okay. So when I looked at this, I thought, well, I kind of just want something that's just going to be nice and concentric, going in there, and it's going to set my neck tension. Now I can use this to set neck tension, but what I'm actually going to be doing in the future is I'm going to order a die body that holds a mandrel, and so it'll be neck sizing mandrel, so that you can set the neck tension to your desired preference. Now these expander balls from Whidden come in 1 thou increments, which is fine, but you are going to sort of try to play around with it to get as close as you can to get the inside diameter and the bushing working in conjunction with each other. So I had a thought with these expander balls, and I thought, well, I certainly don't need this expander ball to reopen the case mouth, when obviously the sizing has been done through the bushing, but then I wanted to make sure what the neck tension was going to be. So like I said, this has been honed down now to 262, give or take like 1/2 thousandth. Now I'll just show you that now, just 1 second. Okay, so I have my caliper here, and I'm going to go to the widest part of this, so about there. I'll try and get it out in the camera if I can. There you go, 262. I was applying a little bit more pressure with my thumb. I could get it possibly 1/2 thou, but if I let go, it pretty much is at 262. Okay, so that's the diameter, the outside diameter of this expander ball. Now, this is a resized case, and as you'll see, this, when I put it actually onto the expander ball, it just glides in there. Okay. And I can just feel that. Alright. So remember, our bullet size is 264 and this is 262. So there's a 2,000 difference there. Now, when I'm using this on the Forster Co-Ax press, everything is in such alignment that when I actually put this into the die body, obviously as a fired case it's going to be much bigger than the diameter of this, but coming out there's like a half thousandths play just there, okay, and it's so straight that I have no problems in resizing this brass and having this half a thousandths, if that's probably, it probably is half a thousandths of clearance. That's how good that press is, which I'm really impressed about. Anyway, so obviously your case goes up, gets resized, and then, like I said, this just comes straight out again. As you can see, this is a resized case, and that's the kind of play we're talking about. And I can feel that. I mean, you can feel it just touching on every side of there, but I'm trying to keep it so lightly that it's not galling or anything. It's not reworking the brass again. It's literally set at that size, and that's working with my bushing. Now I could go just with that, and that should hopefully give me, it might be even slightly more than 2 thousandths, but I don't think it is. I think that once the bullet goes in there, you've got your spring back, it's probably at around about 1.5 thousandths. But I'm not stopping there. I'm actually going to, I mean, some of you wouldn't have to. I mean, it's totally down to yourselves to figure out what's best works for you. But I'm happy with this acting like almost like a self-centering guide for my case to go up inside my press. It's not reworking the brass or anything. The bushing is doing its job, goes in there, gets squeezed in, and then this comes out and it's pretty much set at that 262 setting. Now what will be ordering in the near future, as soon as 21st Century have their orders going out, because they're just working at the moment to get these orders together. They're working on a new case, a new die to hold their mandrels, their neck sizing mandrels, and those neck sizing mandrels are in the half thou increments, so that I should buy the appropriate one to give me between 1 or 1.5 thousandths, depending on what I feel comfortable with. Like I said, should only need 2 mandrels to get the desired neck tension that I want. But this, I just wanted to show you this today, so that this was something that I felt that was going to be beneficial for me, to have this as another way of getting my case to go up nice and centre, be centred up into my die. Hopefully that's doing exactly that, I hope. But in any case, having the just the retaining pin, which is obviously a lot smaller, wasn't really doing anything, so it was just not actually having any particular function. And I don't use the die to knock out pins anyway. I have a universal decapping die, decapping die. So I just thought about this idea, and I thought, well, it's not going to do it any harm. If anything, it's a great way of the case going up. It'll find its way and then just centre off that and just go straight up and keep everything in perfect alignment. That's the theory, and I'm hoping that is what's happening. And now let me show you something else. We'll just put this back together. I'll just mark this out with a Sharpie, and I can sort of say to that, and I know that the bushing now is still free floating. even though that's nicely tightened up. Okay, so let me just reposition the camera for you. Okay, so I'm going to just turn this light on so we can see what we're doing. I'll put this die in. Okay. Put the case on there. Now what I'm going to try and do, to the best I can, is to show you. Let me just. Okay, so I'm going to bring the handle down now, and I'm going to show you. This will just, like I said, I can put this anywhere on that with a. Doesn't matter what huge gap that you'll see there, as you'll see, moves it straight back into position. Now, with the lightest, I am going so slowly here. Let's see if I can. Okay. That's gone past the expander ball, and I can't tell you, I'm just using, literally, I'll just zoom back out so you can just see what I'm talking about with my hand. I'm just using my fingertips, as you can see. That case runs so straight that it's able to go past that expander ball and set it at that, which is obviously set at that diameter. No galling or anything, because it literally is set for that diameter expander. I'm hoping I'm making some sense in what I'm trying to say. I've been thinking about doing this video for a little while since I've had this press and these expander balls and stuff. Now I could literally load off of that, and I should have decent neck tension, repeatable neck tension, with that expander ball being on there, and I'm sure it would work fine. Because I just like the look of the 21st century, the new 21st century expander mandrels to set neck tension, I am still going to buy one of those. But this particular expander ball now works for me as a nice self-centering guide, just to keep that case up nice and straight into my die. And I have resized some of these cases on this, and I just put the lightest film of lube on these cases, and then once I go down with the handle, it doesn't even need a lot of force on these cases. It does it really nice and gentle. There's not a lot of force needed to resize these cases, and like I said, you just pull the handle down, you can feel the case being resized, and it's repeated the resizing number that I want. Like say if you're bumping it back 1 thou, 2 thou, whatever, it's doing it perfectly. Really great. But anyway, that is pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm hoping I've made some sense. I'm hoping that you can tell what I'm trying to sort of say about the expander ball and everything else. And for me personally, I really like it. I think it's going to work great for me. I'm confident in what that's doing for my resizing. Like I said, just the final thing with the 21st century, when they come in, I'll show you guys the resizing, the neck tension mandrels, and hopefully they won't be too much longer now. I've been in contact with 21st century, and they kind of told me it would be hopefully the end of January time they're ready to ship out. So anyway, let me just move the camera for a minute.
Okay guys, so that's all I've got for you today. I'm sorry if I've kind of mumbled and maybe not made much sense or whatever. I'm hoping that you can sort of see what I've been trying to sort of say. It was just a couple of upgrades: the press, the lighting system for the press, and then the Whidden Expander Ball to improve concentricity, to keep everything nice and straight. I mean, the press, like I said, is doing a great job of keeping everything in line, and as you can sort of see, the tight tolerances of the expander ball going up inside that case there, setting almost pretty much setting my neck tension. Said as well that I will be waiting for the 21st century neck mandrels to come out. That's going to be my next little purchase. But overall, happy with these little grades that I have for the reloading bench, and I shall catch you guys on the next one. Take care, bye.